My older woman, this is for you. I never cared about the way people stared at us. The whispers, the judgment, the quiet smirks when they realized she was older than me. None of it ever mattered, because when I looked at her, I didn't see an age gap. I saw the woman who changed my life, and today I needed her to know it. This wasn't just any day. This was the day I told her, without hesitation, without fear, this is for you. The beginning of something unexpected. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. I wasn't supposed to fall in love with her. She was the confident, self-assured woman who had already built a life, and I was the reckless, ambitious man still trying to find his way. She had experience. She had wisdom. She had seen things in life that I hadn't even begun to understand, and yet we found each other. At first she kept her distance. You're too young for me, she had said, laughing softly, and you think that matters. I shot back smirking, but I knew it wasn't a joke to her. She was worried about what people would think, what they would say, how they would judge her. But me, I didn't care about anyone else. I just wanted her. Falling for her. No matter what, I fought for her. Not with words, but with consistency. I showed up. I listened. I loved her the way no one else ever had. And slowly she let me in. But even when she was mine, there was always that doubt lingering in her eyes. One day you might regret this, she had whispered one night, her fingers trailing down my arm. Why? I asked. Because you'll realize you should have chosen someone younger. Someone who can give you more time. I pulled her close, my lips brushing against her ear. I don't need more time, I murmured. I just need you. And that was the night I made a promise to myself. To never let her feel like she was anything less than the best choice I ever made. Today I prove it. So now, as I stood in front of her, holding something that would change everything, my heart pounded. She looked at me, confused, her eyes searching mine. What's this? She asked. I took a deep breath, my fingers tightening around the small box in my hand. This is for you, I said. And when I opened it, her breath caught, her hands trembled. Because inside was the one thing she never thought I would give her, a ring, a promise, a future. Because no matter what anyone said, no matter what doubts tried to creep into her mind, she was my forever. And today, I was proving it to her. She stared at the ring in my hand, her lips slightly parted, her breath unsteady. Her fingers twitched, like she wanted to reach for it. But something was holding her back. I could see it in her eyes. Doubt, fear, 1,000 unspoken words she was too afraid to say. Say something, I whispered, my heart pounding. She swallowed hard, looking up at me, with an expression I couldn't quite read. You really want this? She asked softly. I wouldn't be standing here if I didn't, I said, without hesitation. She let out a shaky laugh, but there was no humor in it. You don't understand, she murmured. This isn't just about love. Marrying me means accepting everything that comes with it. I already have. She shook her head. No, you think you have. But have you really thought about it? I stepped closer, closing the distance between us. Thought about what? She exhaled sharply, looking away. The stares, the comments, the way people will talk behind our backs. How one day you might wake up and realize that you want something else. Someone younger, someone with more time. I let her words sink in. But they didn't scare me. They didn't change how I felt. If anything, they only made me more sure. I reached for her hands, wrapping them in mine, holding them tight so she would feel my certainty. I don't care about any of that, I said. I care about you. She blinked up at me, her eyes glistening. But what if? No more what ifs, I interrupted gently. I've already made my choice. Her lip trembled. And what if I say no? She whispered. I swallowed the lump in my throat. Then I'll walk away, I admitted. Not because I want to, but because I love you enough to let you go, if you truly don't want this. Silence. She stared at me, her breathing uneven, her fingers tightening around mine, and in that moment I knew this was it. Her decision would change everything, and I had no choice but to wait for her answer. She looked down at our hands, her fingers trembling in mine. For the first time since I met her, I saw something I had never seen before. Fear. Not fear of me, not fear of love, but fear of believing. Believing that this was real. Believing that she was enough. Believing that someone like me could choose someone like her and mean it. Say something, I whispered. She inhaled sharply, her grip tightening. I don't want to lose you, she finally admitted. But I don't want to hold you back either. I frowned. Hold me back. She let out a shaky breath, stepping away slightly. But I didn't let go of her hand. You deserve more than me, she said, her voice quiet but firm. A woman who can give you a full life. Someone who won't make you regret this choice years from now. My chest tightened. She wasn't rejecting me. She was protecting me. At least she thought she was. Love doesn't come with an expiration date. I reached up, cupping her face gently, forcing her to look at me. I don't need someone younger. She flinched slightly at my words. I don't need someone else, I continued. I need you. A tear slipped down her cheek. But why? She whispered. Why me, when you could have anyone? I exhaled softly, brushing my thumb along her skin, because no one else has ever made me feel the way you do. Her lips parted slightly, her breath hitching. You think love has an expiration date, I murmured. That one day I'll just wake up and decide I want something different. She didn't respond, because deep down she was afraid. That's exactly what would happen. I shook my head. That's not love. She bit her lip, looking away, but I didn't let her retreat. I love you, I said firmly. And if you let me, I will spend every single day proving it to you. Her hands clutched my shirt, like she was trying to hold herself together, like she was trying to believe me. But what if you regret this? She whispered. I smiled softly. Then I'll regret nothing except wasting time, convincing you that I never would. A shaky laugh escaped her, half a sob, half relief. And finally, she whispered, the one word that changed everything, yes. Her voice was soft, but that one word, yes, was enough to shake me to my core. I searched her face, looking for hesitation, for doubt, for anything that told me she wasn't completely sure. But for the first time, I didn't see fear anymore. I saw acceptance. I saw trust. I saw her finally believing in me. I exhaled slowly, my heart racing. You're sure? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. She let out a breathy laugh, shaking her head. Why do men always ask that after a woman says yes? I smirked. Because we want to be absolutely sure before we risk everything. Her gaze softened, and she reached up, cupping my face in her warm hands. Then let me be absolutely clear. She leaned in, her lips barely brushing against mine, her voice steady. Yes, I want this, I want you. And just like that, nothing else mattered anymore. A love that didn't need validation. I pulled her into my arms, holding her close, like I never wanted to let go, because I didn't. I had fought for her. I had waited for her to see what I already knew. I had given her every reason to believe in me, and now she finally did. It didn't matter what anyone else thought. It didn't matter that people would whisper. It didn't matter that our love didn't fit into society's neat little box of what was supposed to happen. Because love isn't measured in numbers. It's measured in the way she looked at me like I was her entire world. And that was all I would ever need. Her arms tightened around me, her body pressing against mine as if she was afraid to let go. I felt the way her breath hitched, the way her fingers curled into my shirt, like she was still trying to convince herself this was real, like she was still waiting for me to change my mind. But I wouldn't. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. I pulled back just enough to look at her, brushing my fingers along her jawline. "You're still scared," I murmured. She hesitated, then nodded. "Not of loving you," she whispered, "but of losing you." Her words hit me harder than I expected, because I knew what she meant. She wasn't afraid of me walking away. She was afraid of time. Afraid that one day, I'd wake up and realize she couldn't keep up. Afraid that I'd see the fine lines on her face, the years between us, and finally understand why people questioned us. Afraid that I'd leave, even if I didn't mean to. Love doesn't fade. It grows. You don't have to be afraid of that, I said softly, pressing my forehead against hers. "You don't know that," she whispered back. I tilted her chin up, making her meet my gaze. "I do," I said firmly, "because love isn't about how much time we have, it's about what we do with it." She blinked rapidly, like she was trying to hold back tears. "I don't want to waste a second of it," she admitted. "Then don't." Her breath caught, and then slowly, deliberately, she smiled. Not a hesitant smile, not a sad, lingering one, but one that said she finally believed me. "A love worth fighting for, so what now?" she asked, her voice lighter than before. I grinned, lacing my fingers with hers. "Now, we live, we love, we prove to the world that none of this ever mattered except us." She exhaled, shaking her head playfully. "You make it sound so simple." "That's because it is." She let out a soft laugh, leaning into me, finally, letting herself fall without fear. And as I held her, as I felt her warmth, her trust, her love, I knew I had made the best choice of my life, because this woman, she was my forever.